trusting your spontaneity is a real faith. Many people come and ask me, Swamiji, should I believe in this God, should I believe in that God, should I believe in this deity and should I believe in that too? I tell them, first believe in your spontaneity. Believe in your capacity to solve the problems. Believe your capacity to live the life. That's the first belief, or first faith which you need to have. First believe the capacity, the ability to solve your problems. You have tremendous spontaneity in you. The ability to take the responsibility. The ability to act spontaneously is what I call responsibility. If you can trust your ability of spontaneity, if you can trust your spontaneity, you will always see that you are taking quantum leap. If you have not trusted your spontaneity, how much you struggle and work with your logic, you will be only growing. You will never be flying. With your spontaneity, when you start trusting your spontaneity, you will never grow. You will just take quantum leap. So the question is from the level of logic, but I propose, please work in the level of consciousness. Drop the level of intellect. Start working in the level of intuition. Again, in the level of intellectuality, in the level of intellect, there is no solution for this problem. You continue to suffer. Whatever decision you take, either you live or leave. As long as you work with intellect, you continue to suffer. Even after leaving, there is a hangover. If you live, there is a guilt. If you leave, the hangover. Continue to suffer. You continue to suffer when you work with the horizontal line. Understand, working with logic is not going to solve this problem. Start working towards intuition. Drop your intellect. Start towards intuition. Only that can solve the problem. Even if you take one step, it's okay. But let it be solid, fruitful step. I can give many other solutions. But I feel this only will really help you towards solving the problems. Mostly our people, they don't want solutions. They want only support. People come and express their problems not to have solutions. They just want consolation or support. But now I feel, if I give you the support or consolation, it will never help you. I feel the solution should be given. Solution is only one thing. Simply change the whole mental setup. Simply go beyond the regular mental setup. Unless you go to a different space, different level of thinking, you will never be able to solve the so-called day-to-day problems. Somebody came and I asked somebody, have you ever felt disturbed, or are you ever feeling mentally disturbed that you drop all your toys? No. You've grown out of it. But at the age of 7, you always feel the toys are your life. You can't move beyond the toys. Now you are just grown out of it. You don't need it anymore. The level of thinking itself has become different. So naturally you don't need the toys. You don't need to play with it. Your life has become different. The level of intelligence has become different. Only by a quantum leap you have dropped out of toys. You drop the toys. Toys have dropped you. Now again I say, take a quantum leap. You can. When you think, you can. Yes.
Swamiji, by being blissful, healing of the suffering and the disease of the body possible? If so, how?
May I know who has asked the question? Yes.
Fine.
Yes. You ask, by being blissful, can the healing happen in the body? If so, how? That's a wonderful story. Somebody goes and asks Ramana Maharshi. Ramana Maharshi had a cancer. He had cancer. And they went and asked him, Bhagavan, do you have suffering? He says, no, there is a pain but no suffering. Pain is different. Suffering is different. When you really feel the bliss and the joy, your whole mental setup relaxes. The whole mental setup allows the energy to penetrate your being. Let me explain the bliss. Bliss is nothing but allowing your own energy to come up and fill your body and mind. Bliss is nothing but the technique when you allow your energy to come up and fill your body and the mind, you feel blissful. Naturally, when the energy fills your being, your body rejuvenates itself. It just recharges itself. Let me give you the science of disease and healing. We have 7 energy centers, 7 chakras in our being. Not only the Indian yoga system accepts this concept, all over the world, all the esoteric groups and mystics, they agree with this concept. Not only Indians, even the Sufi mystics and the esoteric Christians, everyone agrees the 7 chakra concept. Now the Korean photography has proved the existence of 7 chakras. The Korean photography proved the existence of 7 chakras through the Korean photography. They proved it. They say if a person is happy, blissful, relaxed, the chakra comes to the photograph, car wheel size. The same chakra, if it is photographed, it comes to the car wheel size. If the person is depressed, low, dull, it comes only coat button size. From coat button to car wheel, science is proving 60 to 70 times more. The same chakra, for example, there is a chakra in the heart center, Anahata chakra. If you are depressed, dull, if you are photographed by Korean photography, the chakra comes only coat button size. The Korean photography it has been accepted as one of the best diagnostic method as of now in the medical field, because they say even 6 months ahead of the physical symptoms, the fatal disease like cancer and TB can be detected just by Korean photography. Just by this photography. Because the body emits a particular kind of a light aura. If that aura stops, that is the first symbol, first symptom that disease is going to happen in that particular area. They say through the Korean photograph they are able to prove scientifically the way in which the chakras work. If you are depressed, dull, the same chakra is seen only coat button size. If you are happy, relaxed, joyful, the same chakra is seen coat button size. We have 7 energy centers. The 7 energy centers are the masters which controls your physical, mental, emotional activities. And strangely, there are 7 glands in our system. Medically, they are called glands, of course. Glands are not chakras. Chakras is the energy which runs or moves the glands. These 7 glands, only they are in charge of our health. When these chakras are disturbed, if they are disturbed by our emotional disturbance or psychological disturbance, or when we don't know how to use emotions, if you use the emotions properly, you open this chakra. If you abuse them, you lock this chakra. Using and abusing of your emotions, your energy is the important reason why the chakras get black or they open. When the chakras are disturbed, naturally you get particular disease. Disease related to that chakra. Yeah, deep research has been done on this chakra science. They say first, the fantasies which is beyond limit, the fantasies and dreams, locks the Mooladhara chakra, the chakra which is in your root center, the root of the spinal cord, the sex center. It is locked by too much of fantasy and dreams. Next center is Swadhisthana, that is locked by the fear. Next comes Manipuraka, it's locked by the worry. Manipuraka is in the navel. You can see in your practical life, if you get some message, get some news which disturbs you, which totally collapses you, the first blow will be for your stomach only. Either you will have stomach upset or vomiting sensation. The first effect will be only from the stomach. And you say, I can't digest it. I can't digest this news. You have experienced in your life when you hear some bad news, when you get some message which you can't bear, immediately the first blow will be the stomach. The Manipura chakra, it is related to worries. And the same way Anahata. Anahata is related to love and attention. So each and every chakra is related to some particular emotion. When you use that emotion properly, your chakras will be opened. You will have beautiful life, a harmonious life. When you abuse your emotions, naturally the chakras get disturbed and you feel sick. The uneasiness between you and your chakras, the uneasiness, it causes diseasiness. The diseasiness between you and your chakras is what causes disease. When you are blissful, when you are in a happy mood, when you are living in a harmonious way, naturally your chakras open. You are living in a very blissful mood and joyful mood. Your chakras start working. Your chakras heals you. Bliss is one of the important technique to heal your being, to heal your life.
Good evening. A few years back, there was a talk on a workshop rather on quantum physics and spirituality in the Vivekananda Yoga Center. I happened to be there. There they had referred about the Chandogya Upanishad and quantum physics relatively. They had gone ahead to explain. How would that be different from the Ishavakya Upanishad which you referred to? Is there a difference? And I just wanted to know, is there a difference particularly?
I do not know the way in which they explain. If you can say outline, the way in which they explain, then I will be able to compare and tell you.
They were talking about the electromagnetic field of the whole earth and the biomagnetic field of the body. And they correlated and everything exists in the whole cosmos in the form of thought. And that could be accessed at any given point of time, anywhere. And they are both interrelated, everything is interrelated and could affect positively or the otherwise. So, is this the same as what you're talking about?
Surely. They are given a clear conclusion connecting with the Chandogya Upanishad, because Chandogya Upanishad speaks about all the existence and the upasana, the subject, the worshipping the nature. So they are relating it with the upasana or the worshipping the nature. I relate it with the vipassana, worshipping yourself, working on yourself. Upasana is something like worshipping something which is outside. Vipassana is something like worshipping yourself. If you are working with the outer world, it is called upasana. If you are working with your inner self, it is called vipassana. I try to link it with vipassana. They have tried to link it with the Upasana. It's wonderful.
While the absolute truth, as I understand it, not in started life, is absolutely purity, how can you, me or anybody, start worshipping themselves? I and my father, please, I and my father are one, but he is not me. He is absolutely not me, and I am not him. But we belong, we are same in terms of the substance, but in terms of power and authority, we are definitely different. Similarly, the God concept, the absoluteness, cannot be identified with a limited me or any of these things. Am I understanding?
One thing,
Thank you.
when you say your father and you are not one and the same, you naturally what? You start having an ideal of your father. You want to become like him. So, naturally you will do the upasana, worshipping him, to become him. When you say in the essential way, you and your father is one and the same, naturally you will turn towards the root. Turning towards the root is vipassana. Making him as the ideal and worshipping and reaching the state is vipassana, upasana. If you make him as an ideal and try to become like him, it is upasana. If you understand you and he is one and the same and try to reach the root where you both meet, if you try to go to the core, it is vipassana. So both the way you can reach the same goal. Only thing, according to the different mentality, different goals and different ideals are expressed.